Hello you plonkers and welcome back to another episode of Drewzy United, the very popular, much demanded series that I've been running on my channel every week so far this Premier League season. If you're enjoying the series, let me know in the comments below and like the video if you've enjoyed it. Anyway, let's get into it. Right, West Ham versus Manchester United at the London Stadium happened over the weekend. And I predicted a 2-1 win for Manchester United the week before. I'm a genius, mate. I'm an absolute genius. And I wasn't very confident heading into this game. We've just been pretty stagnant, haven't been creating heaps of chances, but we have been clinical, which helps when you have Cristiano Ronaldo up top. And he was our first goal scorer. But before that, Benrahma for West Ham just hit a ball into the far corner. Unlucky deflection off Varane, and we go 1-0 down. But we have won more games from a losing position than any other side in the Premier League, so we always seem to come back from deficits. We got a goal back pretty quickly, Bruno to Ronaldo once again. It was a similar goal to that one we scored against Young Boys. Bruno flicks it over the top of the defence, perfectly placed for Ronaldo to hit it first time. Doesn't go in the first time and then he follows it up. Other than a few chances that Ronaldo had, they were all saved by Fabianski, except for the one that went in. He had a great game. Fabianski took Lingard to come on, and as soon as he came on, I liked what I saw. He was moving the ball up the ground with ease, gaining territory, and for his goal, he just plonked himself in a nice spot in the box. He had a lot to do, bit of footwork, and then smashes it into the top corner against West Ham where he was last season. He didn't celebrate because obviously all the fans there still love him. Very disappointed to not have him on board this season. And he's sort of redeemed himself after giving Young Boys the win in the Champions League. You couldn't have really wrote that. Lingard against West Ham comes on and scores the winner. But there was a penalty in the 93rd minute or something like that. Luke Shaw handballed across, goes to VAR, and it was given. And they subbed on Mark Noble, and I said to my brother when I was watching this game, I like that they've subbed on someone to take a penalty because I've seen this before. Rashford and Sancho at the Euros getting subbed on into a high pressure situation after not playing the whole game. Comes on, and it was just a lame penalty, which we have seen now multiple times. You can't put a player in that situation after sitting on the bench for a whole game to come on and decide a game which you haven't taken part in. It doesn't work. De Gea saves the day. Happy days. And the midfield of McTominay and Fred, which we've seen for seasons now, it just doesn't work. And we saw it again. It just starves Pogba and Bruno off getting the ball in threatening positions compared to when Matic is there. Because they just, I don't know, they're so rushed and they look like they're under pressure all the time. They're not composed on the ball. They never get the ball into Pogba's feet or Bruno's feet. That link between defence and the midfield, that line there, it's just, it's a clear weakness in our side that still hasn't been fixed. So it limits our attacks, and then going back as well, Fred and McTominay are just always chasing us. You can see them always sprinting back to defend on counter-attacks, and they're always just out of position. They're not in the right spot, and it always leaves us open to concede goals. Luckily, West Ham were without Antonio. Bowen missed a few chances, and we scraped a 2-1 win, which keeps us level on top with Chelsea and Liverpool. But we're not looking great, United, to be honest. Same scenario in that game against Wolves where we had a lucky 1-0 win. We're racking up the points, which is very important, and we'll take the result, but we need to see a lift in the performance. We've got Aston Villa this week, hoping we can deliver in that game, which I'll get on to. We play West Ham in the League Cup tonight, so just hoping to see Sancho and Donny van de Beek play a full 90 minutes, get some minutes under their belt. Hopefully we can just beat West Ham more comfortably than we did on the weekend in the Premier League. So around the league, what happened then? Well, Man City drew 0-0 to Southampton. United also drew to Southampton, so it's good to see other sides dropping points where they're not expected to. They had a late goal ruled out for offside due to VAR, much to my delight, and that keeps them in 5th, 3 points behind the top 3. Happy days. Cheers, City, you plonkers. They've got Chelsea this week, and Chelsea played Tottenham. The first half was pretty dull, not a lot happened, but Chelsea come out with some relentless pressure in the second half, and their centre-backs were causing bloody carnage in the box. Thiago Silva had multiple shots on goal, ended up getting one, but he was so dangerous from the corners and the set pieces. Rudiger got a goal as well. Christensen had a shot on goal which wasn't far away. So their defenders are, peppering the goals, it seems. Kante got a lucky goal off a deflection. It pretty much was an own goal, but they were creating heaps of chances. Chelsea are in good form. I'm going to predict that Chelsea get that 3-1 win. Man City haven't been looking like the Man City of last season, and Chelsea are just on the up, playing with some real confidence at the moment. I'm going to say Chelsea win 3-1. Arsenal, 2 goals for the season, 2 wins, a 1-0 win away to Burnley with a Martin Odegaard set piece, beautiful free kick, and that elevates them to 13th. Good job, lads, you are smashing it. Come on, you Gooners. Liverpool got a comfortable 3-0 win against Crystal Palace at Anfield, and Crystal Palace, after beating Tottenham at home the week before, just looked terrible defensively. They conceded 3 set pieces, and it was that sort of second drop of the ball. The ball would come into the box, they'd sort of clear it, and then they'd go to a shambles. Patrick Vieira not set up well defensively, and they lost 3-0. 3 goals from set pieces. Naby Keita hitting a nice volley on his left foot into the top corner, and that keeps Liverpool in that tied top position with Chelsea and Manchester United. We've got the North London Derby coming up this week. Both sides not in great form. Tottenham having lost their last 2 to Palace and Chelsea. Arsenal have actually won their last 2, but with 1 kick of the ball in each game. I'm just going to predict a 1-1. I just don't see this game being an attacking masterclass. Both teams struggling to score goals at the moment. Both teams looking just pretty average, but I will be watching this game regardless because a North London derby is always bonkers. United play Villa this week at home, and we always seem to concede. So I'm going to predict a 3-1 win. Alright, it is fantasy time, ladies and gentlemen, and I only got 56 points in the last game week, and I've absolutely cooked it. I thought a free hit was being able to transfer someone without getting penalised or something like that, so I subbed in Gallagher and Huang, but now neither of them are in my team. I didn't know that would happen. I thought it was a glitch, but apparently they just don't appear in your team the next week. So I got 56 points. Edison and Diaz with 8, and Sarr finally popped up with 2 goals. He looked really good for Watford. St. Maximan with 8, but other than that, it was a stinky week of fantasy for me. So I have made some massive changes. I've copped 4 points. I've dropped out Bruno for Pogba, and I've got out Calvert-Lewin for Cristiano Ronaldo. I've finally got Ronaldo up top. So Ronaldo's up top with Ings and St. Maximan. Sarr holds his place in the middle. Grealish, who I'm going to get rid of soon, is in the middle as well. Ben Rama, who scored against United. He was on my bench last week and had 10 points, which is just infuriating. Obviously, Pogba in the midfield. Alexander-Arnold, apparently he's ill, but I'm sure he'll play. And hopefully Connor Cody can keep a clean sheet against Southampton. The most points last round come from Jack Parmenter with his team, the Palmy Army. It's a great name, and his midfield shone this week. He had Sarr as well, who had 15. Captained Mo Salah for 24 points. Ben Rama obviously scored against United. Ronaldo had a goal, and Ben White kept a clean sheet, so that's where his points come from. But he isn't at the top of the league, although he rose to 11th. Good job, sir. But at the top of the league, we've got Joshua Malone and his side, Chicken Mo Salah, with 299 total points. Absolutely smashing it. Let's have a look at his side. So he's captaining Salah as well. Salah is someone who I should have got when I started, to be honest. Ben Rama in there as well. Rafinha for Leeds. Bamford up top. Ronaldo up top. Pookie up top. I think they all scored. And Ben White clean sheet. So he's up the top. He had 77 points for the week. 299 overall. So good job, sir. Join the fantasy league. I've put the bloody code in so many videos. So go back to my previous video if you still want to join and have a look through there. That's going to wrap up this episode of Drewzy United. If you're enjoying the series, make sure you drop a like. If you're not subscribed already, make sure you are subscribed. Let me know how you're going in fantasy. Let me know your predictions for this game week, and I'll see you in the next video, which will be the AFL Grand Final vlog coming out on Sunday. Take care, you plonkers.